Well guys, in about a week, Mario's 40th anniversary is coming to a close. Yep, Mario Day is over, the anniversary is over, and no 3D Mario. About a week ago, I said there was a slight chance Nintendo could have one more big reveal under their belt, but it's already Wednesday afternoon, and they haven't revealed a Nintendo Direct for this week, so it's safe to say that March is pretty much done with Mario Wonder releasing next week. So with that will conclude the 40th anniversary for Mario. But let's take a look back and see, was it as good as we thought it was, or was it really just not that good? Now, the celebration started at the beginning of the last Nintendo Direct, which was last September, 6 months ago. Nintendo started the Direct talking about their new museum, the theme park, and also, of course, the Mario Galaxy movie. Which, of course, meant their first big game announcement had to be Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, even though this is the second time they brought Mario Galaxy 1 back to the Switch. Now, it was pretty scummy tying the first game with the second game for the physical edition, especially if you already bought Mario 3D All-Stars, but even if you wanted to get one of them digitally, it was still $30 a pop, which is disgusting to even think about. But hey, finally Mario Galaxy 2 is on modern hardware, and it's just one more excuse why I don't have to use my Wii U anymore. I'm sorry, Wii U, I love you. And yes, Nintendo had to throw in some amiibo as well, because money! I also liked how they advertised Rosalina's storybook like it was gonna have some deep new lore, even had an actual storybook releasing that you could buy, just for a few extra pages of grumpy lubba. But man, when they revealed that new Mario base, I meant tennis, this one was a bullet straight to the heart, man. I thought for sure Nintendo was cooking up a new sports game that we haven't gotten on Switch 1, meaning no strikers, no Mario Tennis, and of course, no Mario Golf. And that's coming from a big golf fan. I was ready for something different. Return to Mario Basketball or Sluggers. Come on, give us something different, Nintendo. And they start the Switch 2 off with another tennis game. But I will say, it's peak. From the very first trailer, it was noticeable that this game was very different than the recent Mario sports titles that we've been getting. It looked like it had effort. Who would have imagined? Yeah, I actually really liked Mario Tennis Fever. There was a lot of stuff to do. The single player wasn't anything super special, but it did some cool things during the second half at least. And yeah, there's a lot of crazy rackets, tons of characters, and some cool courts. I still think there could have been more courts, but what was here was really good, and the core tennis gameplay was more arcadey like the classic Mario Power Tennis, my favorite on the GameCube. In fact, I think this game actually beat out my favorite on the GameCube, which is crazy. I don't know, I just feel like Mario sports games should be easy to pick up and difficult to master, and that's exactly what Mario Tennis Fever was. Plus, I managed to get top 150 in the world with Fever rackets online, which was pretty cool. In fact, I probably could have gotten a little higher in the ratings if it wasn't for freaking Maddie and Nightmare. You guys know who you are. But honestly, for another tennis game, not too bad. Speaking of Mario Baseball though, Nintendo actually did a lot for the 40th anniversary Mario Baseball related. Except for release a Mario Baseball game. I don't get it. But it was very clear that Nintendo's major game was going to be Mario Bros. Wonder Switch 2 Edition, which sucks because just like Galaxy 1 and 2, it's an old game, Nintendo, what are we doing? Now, this Switch 2 edition of Mario Wonder is not out yet. In fact, it doesn't come out until next Thursday, so we're still a week away. But still, I even went to the store to play the demo of this thing, and it's fine. The versus and co-op modes that you can play with friends is cool, but if you don't have any friends, then what are you doing? But I was actually able to try out some of the single-player stuff. I played one level, which was the boss battle against Wendy, and also, it's fine. It's a very simple level with not a lot going on in it. No real collectibles in a level, so you don't need to explore or anything like that. You can just bust straight to the end and fight the Koopaling, which also was pretty easy. Now granted, it's better than the Bowser Jr. fights we have in the game, but still, just too easy. I have a bit of a fear that the single player stuff with the Koopalings is going to be over before we know it. I feel like we're going to be able to sit down and finish all these levels in like 30 minutes, if that, which is just kind of terrifying because I'm just like, that sucks. And ultimately, I feel like it's just going to be, hey, we could have had all these really cool boss battles that would have easily fit the worlds of the game, but we didn't, but we're adding them later on at a price. Money! So yeah, it was very clear to me immediately that this was Nintendo's big game. This was their kind of Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury where they add the Koopalings instead, which to me just doesn't hit on the same level, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, I mean, the game's not out yet. Maybe it's better than I'm thinking it's going to be, but I feel like it's going to be fun. If you have friends, I have friends, I just don't think they're going to care about this. And the last thing Nintendo revealed, oh, not that. They revealed the first ever 3D Yoshi game. I wish. You know what? I feel like it's not even about Mario anymore. I think Nintendo forgot about 3D. But yep, Nintendo delivers once again another play it safe 2D Yoshi game. Who could have thunk it? Look, I'll be honest, I am really struggling to figure out where the fun is in this game. Everything that I've seen about it, even the brand new trailer, just doesn't really captivate me. Especially the announcer where he's just like, in this game, you'll be blowing bubbles. Sometimes you can even blow heart-shaped bubbles. Because Yoshi's so loving. What? Yoshi's able to make apple juice bubbles? Yummy. Aw, Yoshi made poo-poo bubbles. Can you pop all the bubbles on the screen? Oh, pop. Pop! This is so much fun. Nintendo's starting to do this now where they're making like specifically children games, I feel like. Like Princess Peach Showtime was specifically a child game. I guess adults could play it and enjoy it, but it's just so brain dead. It's simply made for young children and probably young girls as well. And they're literally morphing the Yoshi franchise into this as well, because Yoshi was never like this. Now I'm not saying Yoshi was ever like Dark Souls or something, but at least with like Yoshi's Island back in the day, some of those levels were actually really tough. And if you wanted to 100% the game, or let alone just a single level, it was going to require some huge amounts of skill. Yoshi's always been a pretty cute game, but never a brain dead one made for 2-year-olds. Now granted, we barely seen anything still. I'm sure this game has a lot more to it, and I think they do have a cool concept when it comes to using all these enemies as partner characters that can give different effects to the environments and to Yoshi himself, which is pretty cool. It's more like an explorative 2D platformer rather than one where you're just busting your butt to the end of the level and reaching the goal flag. So who knows, I might come around completely on this game and it might be tons of fun. In fact, Woolly World was very cutesy. You couldn't even die in that game, and that's still one of my favorite Yoshi games ever. So Nintendo could definitely pull it off. We're just gonna have to wait and see. And then for Mario Day, all Nintendo did was give us some new trailers for Yoshi and Mario Wonder Switch 2 Edition, and then they dropped some games on NSO. 2 Virtual Boy games, another Mario Tennis game, by the way, and Mario vs. Donkey Kong on the Game Boy Advance. But yeah, that was the bulk of the anniversary, so a lot of us were still feeling like Nintendo was missing one major thing. Because they are. The movie! Yeah, it was no secret that this was Nintendo's big thing for the anniversary. They had a bunch of older games come back and a couple of spin-offs, but the main thing here, your main meal, was going to be the Mario Galaxy movie all along, which kind of sucks for us fans of just like playing the games. Like there's nothing wrong with the movies. I love the movies. I can't wait for the Super Mario Galaxy movie, but I'd much rather any day of the week choose a video game over a new movie. I'm sorry, that's just me. You can play a video game over and over and over again, but you can only watch a movie over too many times until you just get bored of it, and it's just not the same as playing a game. I'm sorry, it's not. Even Miyamoto came out during the latest Mario movie Direct and said that this was the main centerpiece of the 40th anniversary. So yeah, 3D Mario fans, we wait once more. Now granted, Mario anniversaries aren't ever anything super crazy, but the last couple actually had some pretty big announcements. Like for the 30th anniversary, it so happened to line up perfectly with Mario Maker, which would be a huge hit. And 5 years ago on the 35th, Nintendo re-released Mario 3D World from the Wii U, but also added a brand new side game, which was also a 3D Mario game, called Bowser's Fury, which gave us the first ever truly open world Mario experience. Now, it was a tiny open world, just to kind of give us a taste. I've had enough of the taste, it's been 5 years, where's the full course, Nintendo? But even though this was an incredibly small side mode, I still absolutely love this thing, and a lot of people still hold it as one of their favorite 3D Marios, which is crazy, because it's only like a couple hours long. But this is exactly my point here. Nintendo is desperately missing something of substance from this year. We have a couple of spin-offs with Mario Tennis and 2D Yoshi, and of course we have some old games brought back with Galaxies 1 and 2, and we also obviously have Mario Wonder Switch 2 Edition making a return. But man, wouldn't have it just been perfect if Nintendo just said, hey, look at the time. It's been almost 9 years since our last mainline 3D Mario game. It's Mario's 40th anniversary. We don't have a single holiday game, yet any game slated after May so far. Wouldn't it be a perfect time to announce the next 3D Mario game and have it released this holiday season, the second big holiday season for your brand new Switch 2? Of course, it makes too much sense. That's why they didn't do it. Just giving us a bone, just throwing Mario fans a treat, just giving us something to look forward to, even just a sneak peek, a tease, a screenshot, concept of a concept art. Like genuinely, I would have taken an idea written on a piece of paper, crumbled up and thrown in a trash can, and just a picture of said trash can. I'm starving out here. I think what makes it even funnier is the Pokemon company just like, hey, we don't have much this year outside of Pokopia, which is already a huge hit, but hey, you're gonna have to wait for the next mainline Pokemon game, which is gonna be in 2027. But here's a trailer, because we know you guys are looking forward to this big upcoming game in our next gen. It's not like we haven't announced 3 gens and multiple spin-offs since the last 3D Mario game came out. I promise you, I'm okay. So yeah, I think the Mario anniversary was okay. I think it's probably right in the middle. Now, Yoshi and Mario Wonder still haven't come out yet, but based on what I've seen and even played in the demo for Mario Wonder so far, I think at the end of the day, we're going to be looking at this like, yeah, it was an average anniversary, around a C. And the only thing that could bump it up to a B is the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which it probably will. I'm going to like it regardless of how good people think it is. But let me know how you like the anniversary down below, and make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Mario and Nintendo. Eventually all things 3D Mario and Nintendo. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.